Hi, I'm Tim Seckler from the Seckler Law Firm, answering one of the most common questions we get in our office. And that question is, do you need a will or do you need a trust? And people come into the office with all kinds of stories about this. All I need is a simple will. I thought trusts were just for rich people. And there's a lot of different confusing points of view about this. So here's what I think you need to know. These documents are just tools. So trying to determine whether a will is better than a trust is like trying to answer the question, is a screwdriver better than a hammer? They're just tools. So the real question is, what is it that you're looking to accomplish? And then understanding how you can use these different tools to accomplish your objectives. So for example, if the only thing that were important to you were answering the question, who gets it when I pass away, and naming the person in charge of that, well, then a will might work. But here's the problems with wills is wills have to go through this cumbersome and expensive and time-consuming process when you pass away called probate. So probate is a year-long process where we're in the courthouse and there's lawyers billing to help your executor make decisions. We've got to jump through the legal hoops of the probate course. Certain information becomes private. So people talk about avoiding probate for several reasons. Usually comes down to the expense, the headache, the fact that certain private information may become public. So if we want to avoid probate while doing the administration, then you probably ought to consider a trust. Now, there's a couple of different types of trusts. There are revocable trusts and irrevocable trusts. Revocable living trusts are typically accomplished for people that want to avoid probate, especially if you have like out-of-state real estate. We don't want to do probate in 2 states. If it's a second marriage, if you're concerned about your kids fighting, then those cases in particular, revocable living trusts to me make a lot of sense. The one shortfall of a revocable trust is revocable living trusts don't do anything to protect assets, especially from long-term care costs. If you can get the money, so can the nursing home. And so in our office, we help a lot of people with irrevocable trust. Now, there's lots of types of irrevocable trusts. The most common that we use is a thing called an asset protection trust. And with an asset protection trust, you can maintain control of the assets. If we put your house into the trust, you get to sleep there every night. But those assets are now off limits later if you need to go into the nursing home. And so asset protection trusts are great tools if you are concerned about long-term care expenses. Okay, so you have to go through this analysis of what are our goals, and then we match up the tools to meet your objectives. Lots of our clients tend to think, and I tend to agree, that the biggest financial threat that you face is what happens if we get sick. Nursing homes can cost $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 a month, and if the average stay in a long-term care facility is 3 years, that's an awful lot of money. Perhaps I ought to protect my spouse or protect my family from that financial risk. And if that's a concern of yours, you can't do it with a will. You can't do it with a revocable living trust. You have to consider an asset protection trust. So I hope you found this video helpful. These are just tools. So let's engage in a conversation about what your objectives are, and we'll help you to meet the tool with the job that you need to do. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it helpful. If you found this information helpful, and if you'd like to know more about this and other legal issues, you should consider attending one of our upcoming estate and elder law workshops, which are free and give you all types of good information. Go to our website, click the link, and schedule today for one of our upcoming workshops.